Hey everybody, and welcome back to It's Fanfiction Time. And oh boy, I found a doozy. And this is a Sonic fanfiction. And the title is Sonic the Hedgehog. And here's the crazy part about this one. This one is 6 chapters long. And here's the premise. Teenage Connor is given the extraordinary power to transform into anthropomorphic hedgehog that can run at the speed of sound. Oh God. While struggling to discover the secret behind his parents' death, he tries to win the heart of his high school crush. The unraveling of the past will ultimately form his path to become Sonic the Hedgehog, but will force him to face a deadly foe. Before I read this, I'm also a fan of the Sonic's franchise or whatever. However, I do recognize when there's some games that's a pile of shit, in my opinion. And then I know there's people that'll defend anything that Sonic put out, and that's still a pile of shit, and they think it's gold. Case in point, people defend Sonic '06, Sonic R, even Sonic Labyrinth, and I don't even know why. And I know there's a lot of people that make fan fiction of this hedgehog. It's bad enough they made fan characters, which is nothing but recolors. But let's go ahead and tread this story lightly. I'm gonna read the first chapter, but I know eventually to give this fan fiction justice, I'm gonna end up having to read all 6. And I don't have any alcohol near me, and I'll probably need a drink after reading this. But let's do this. Jeff and Darla didn't want their son to have only 2 limbs, but he did. They wish he could walk on 2 functioning legs, but he couldn't. Connor was once a troublemaker, but the trauma of having both legs ripped from his body changed something inside of him. Wow, that's okay. Moving on. He became depressed, anxious, and moody. Oh great, now he become brooding too. Wonderful. They were desperate for him to be happy again. Sorry. They knew none of his meds or equipment could do so. By the time Connor could walk, they knew he would be a runner. As a baby, he would crawl and crawl what seemed like forever. After learning to walk, he would push himself to go further, no matter how many times he fell down. They could see a fighter in him. Jeff and Darla were archaeologists. Jeff remembered when he first saw Darla. They met on a site underground. Sonic Underground. Yeah, I had to hit myself for that one. Even making that type of reference. Looking for an ancient artifact. Oh, no. No. Really? The Master Emerald? Moving on. They were obsessed with finding it. They knew that the existence of the Chaos Emeralds, the Master Emerald, would exist too. They heard stories, legends of its power, and how it was even more powerful than the 7 Chaos Emeralds. This led them to the theory that they controlled the Chaos Emeralds. Uh, well, that does kind of work in the games. One night, when Connor was 7, Jeff received a phone call while reviewing his research. It came with big news. The Master Emerald has been found on an island in the Atlantic called Christmas Island, a nickname given to it for being found in December 25th. Really? Really? Christmas Island? That's why it got its name, because it was found on Christmas Day. Oh boy. Oh boy. Jeff immediately told Darla the news. She was watching TV with Connor, who was munching on his favorite thing to eat, a chili dog. Oh, God's sake. Yeah, this is going to be painful. Christmas decorations were spread across the room and reached further into the house. Empire City. Oh, great. Now we're using one of the continents of wait a minute, what's that game? Oh yeah, Sonic Unleashed. Empire City became one of the most beautiful cities in the world this time of year. Darla, I need to tell you something, Jeff said, quietly whispering in her ear. What is it? She asked as she looked at him. Jeff couldn't contain his excitement. They found it. Darla looked if confusion was replaced by her look of happiness. The Jeff nodded. Honey, that's great, she said, reaching to give him a hug. Yeah, but there's something else. What? They wanted to look at it right away. Darla looked at the happy, content Connor. But what about him? We won't be gone long, I think, Jeff assured her. He'll be fine. Let's see. He's 8 years old. Who's gonna watch him? Do y'all have a nanny or babysitter? Or y'all pretty much gonna be the very attentive parents that'll leave their child home by themselves while y'all go out while y'all go out gallivanting towards the damn emerald? Okay, let's just continue reading on. But you know how he is when we're not with him, she reminded him. He gets scared. Jeff took her aside where Connor couldn't hear them. Darla, the Master Emerald will most likely have power to get Connor his legs back. It could cure diseases. Its power is limitless. Now we know where it is. Oh God, no. You know what? I won't put it past it in this story because Sonic 06 pretty much put in front of us that the emeralds could actually revive the dead. Thank you for that endless possibility, which should have fucking ended. Darla looked back at Connor. He'll be so happy. Exactly. We have to do this. Darla sighed. He'll miss us. It'll all be worth it, said Jeff. I'll call my parents and ask can they stay with them. Ask he could stay with them. Okay. I messed up that sentence. My bad. At least there's no grammatical errors so far right now. They'll say yes. They always do. They practically sped when they drove to Jeff's parents' house. Connor waited near the corner for his grandparents' living room. I'm used to saying grandfather, I don't know why, but it says grandparents, which means both of them. Living room, as his mom and dad sat in the dining room discussing the discovery of the Master Emerald and that Connor needed to be taken care of. Connor's grandmother caught his eye and smiled at him, and Connor smiled back. He liked staying with Grandpa Gene and Granny Wilma sometimes. You really gonna name the grandma Wilma? Oh well, it could be worse. After they made out a plan, Jeff kneeled and squatted next to Connor and his wheelchair to talk to him. Oh, now you say he's in a wheelchair. Connor, Mom and I are gonna be gone for a while. So you're gonna stay here with Grandma and Grandpa, okay? But I wanna go with you, Connor protested. You promised. I know I did, Jeff said. When you're older, you will. Good things come to those who wait. Wow, you're the most hypocritical piece of shit. You so quick to be like, oh, they found the Master Emerald. Let's go there right now. But you just told your son good things come to those who wait. You're an asshole. That's all I gotta say. You're an asshole for that. Moving on. Connor hugged his ass. Please. Jeff peeled his son's arms from his shoulders. Don't forget your meds and rub your stumps. Wow, that's you really are an asshole. That's so insensitive to say it like that. You should just end it. Just don't forget to take your meds and be done. But it hurts. Connor whined. Jeff chuckled and stood up. We're leaving soon, he told Darla. Jeff's wife picked up Connor from his wheelchair and gave him a big hug. Make sure you do everything Granny and Grandpa tell you, okay? He's in a wheelchair! He has no legs. What the hell is he gonna do? Besides roll away. Okay, Connor struggled to say. I struggle too, knowing that my parents are a couple of assholes. Darla sent him back down and went out the door with Jeff. Connor rolled over to it and watched his parents get in the car. He had no idea that he would never see them again. Christmas Island was a beautiful place. It was uninhabited by humans, so animals like birds and insects roamed freely. Jeff, Darla, and a few other archaeologists were led to a cave that was deep in the jungle. The entrance led them to a sprawling underground maze that took them literally 2 days to figure out. Wait a minute. Why did it take y'all 2 days to figure out how to get through the maze if someone spotted the emerald there? That would mean someone already went through the maze, drew a fucking map, and... Okay. Moving on. Cause yeah, this is beginning to piss me off here. Seriously, it is. The whole time Jeff thought of Connor. Bullshit. What was he doing? How he was doing? Jeff knew these trips took a toll on Connor. Okay, if you knew these trips would take a toll on your son who has no legs, why go? It's not worth it. Matter of fact, most of the times, especially when it came to the 3D Sonic games, nothing good came out of people just collecting the emeralds for their own personal gain. Remember, Eggman took the 7 emeralds and revived and created Perfect Chaos, who pretty much turned against him. Eggman did the Eclipse Cannon that blew up the moon, and then on top of that, almost crashed the whole space station to Earth. No one cares about emeralds in Sonic Heroes. Shadow the Hedgehog, oh yeah. Let's not even go there. Sonic 06, a whole bullshit about time travel and all that mess. Yeah, you get where I'm going here. Ever since they made the emeralds as an integral part of the plot of most Sonic games, it was not good. Gameplay, some of them were good, but the plot wasn't. Now I lost where I was because I went on that little rant. What if they didn't make it home? Okay, I found my spot now. No, he couldn't think of that. Of course not. He thinking about, oh, I must get this big ass green rock. Now it was time to solve the mystery of the Master Emerald. Oh, I don't know. You just stand on it and shout out, Chaos Control! What? Yeah, like you haven't wanted to do that one day. Anyway, the group came across a large chamber that was illuminated by the lights of crystals, which was coming from the light of the emerald. It was positioned a few inches off a rock in the middle of a large pool of water. Yeah, that sounds about right. The group had no choice but to swim to see it. Okay. They tried to ignore the discomfort of the wet clothes, as well as the worry that of the contents that's in their packs got wet. Jeff fell to his knees at the large cyan-colored gem in front of him. This discovery would change the world. This discovery would change his life. Okay, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay. The Master Emerald is not cyan color. It is green. One of the Chaos Emeralds is cyan color. But the Master Emerald has always been green. Always been green in the games. Always been green in the comics. I hope I jumped the gun in this. But if this still stands that it is cyan color, yeah, I have a lot to fuss about. Okay, almost done. He got in closer to the emerald and peered inside. He thought he could see two blank yellow eyes staring at him. Oh no. With some sort of pink stone above him. No, don't put that thing in this story. Leave here. A deep, stark voice reverberated. Yeah, it's reverberated through the chamber. Jeff turned to Darla, fear-stricken. Did you hear that? He asked her. Hear what? She asked. That voice. She shook her head. The voice spoke again. Leave here. The emerald started to crack. The yellow eyes inside of it began to glow. Then, to Jeff's horror, the emerald split into pieces and unleashing something. It was some kind of humanoid being. It belonged with the pieces of the emerald. Fell onto. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dang, I read that shit wrong. My apologies. It, along with the pieces of the emerald, fell to the floor. The monster landed with a plop. His body was watery, and it was the same color as the emerald. The goop just stood there, frozen. Oh. Haha! There's a spelling error. The goop just stood there, frozen in fear. It's supposed to be group. You missed an R. Okay, before I read the rest, just reading that little paragraph, it confirmed that the Master Emerald in this story is cyan and not green. And then, yeah, I might as well read the next sentence. Because, yeah, they fucking did it. My name, Chaos, the monster said. Remember it, for it will be the last name you shall remember. Chaos stood up and threw a punch at the member of the group. Its arm stretched in order to reach him. The archaeologist fell in the water along with a piece of the Master Emerald. It sank to the bottom of the pool and was sucked into a hole like a drain of a bathtub. Chaos grabbed two more archaeologists with his large hands and smashed their bodies together, killing them. It grabbed Darla and smashed her body into the ground, killing her also. Jeff staggered backward at the sight of the death of the love of his life. No, he said. He locked eyes with Chaos. The monster began taking steps towards him. You are afraid, it said. Good. Jeff tried to dive into the pool to escape, but Chaos grabbed his ankle and pulled him out. Jeff squirmed in Chaos's tight grip. Why the hell tight is capitalized? Anyway, Chaos wrapped its other hand around his head and started squeezing. Jeff had broken his promise to Connor. He knew it. You cannot have the emerald, the monster growled. I am its guardian, fool. Then threw Jeff's lifeless body into the pool. The pieces of the Master Emerald began to form back together, except for one piece. Chaos stared at the empty slot in anger. Where is it? It yelled in rage. It dived into the pool. It dived into the pool to the hole in pursuit of it. Oh, great. And this is one chapter of 6 of them. And I'm not even sure if the 6th chapter is the final one. Okay. I already complained enough about the color of the emerald. It's supposed to be green, not cyan. Granted, Chaos's color is correct. But there's one problem I have with Chaos as a whole in this story. Chaos is not a murderous monster. It's always been a guardian of the Master Emerald. And if you remember in the games, it protected the Master Emerald along with the Chaos Emeralds, along with the child. It's always been gentle in soul. It's always been a gentle soul. But when the Knuckles clan tried to take the power of the Emerald for itself, yes, it went batshit insane, killing them. Why? Because it was provoked. They went after it for selfish reasons, not just being murderous from the jump street. So on that note, creating Chaos the way it is, I call bullshit, because Chaos has never been like that. He should never be like that. Hell, in the comments, they even didn't wait. Yeah. The Mobius 30 years later story. The future freedom fighters made Chaos mindless. But yet Tikal was fused to okay, forget that one story. But anyway, as far as the games go, Chaos has never been a monster per se. He's always been a proud guardian of the emeralds. And for the fact this story treated it like it was a murderous monster pisses me off. And yes, I'm sounding calm right now because I know I got 5 more chapters to read of this at least. Until then, see you guys in chapter 2. Pray for me, please.